Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on a simpler time when I was I wasn't really into content creating at the time like how I am now. Like back then, if you guys go back and watch the video that I am going to be talking about, I wasn't really into the content creating scenes like how I am now. Like now, it's like I plan out my videos. I know what I'm talking about. Like it's a little bit more of a thought process that it goes into a video. But I feel like it's like that with a lot of different content creators. You know, you get into that like that early access stage of your content creating career where you're just trying to figure out the ropes and stuff. And overall, I was figuring out the ropes. Like I know, despite what some people may say about that. And that was the thing. Like, I just remember when people were hating on that video, it was just more so because of the drama that I was getting into, but not the idea of the video. But, and I think we all know what audience I'm going to be talking about and stuff. But no, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the time where I got hated on for beating the video game Halo 4. Now, there's a little bit of a backstory on how it led to this particular moment, because I know there's going to probably be a lot of people out there like, so wait a minute, like, rewind. How did this all go down? Like, what overall happened to where it led to people hating on you for beating a video game? So the thing is this, all right? So yeah, I think we all know, like, back from late 2016 to 2020, I was in some drama for a little bit. So anyways, it got to a point where they didn't know what else to talk about like overall with me, that they started like going back and I guess trying to like find old videos, I guess like stuff that would get me in some trouble. And that's the thing, if people know me, know that I don't be saying anything crazy, I don't be doing anything crazy. I just overall, like, yeah, I've always, the person that you see today is the same person that I was back then. I just didn't really know how to be that person. So yeah, you know, with content creating, it's a step-by-step process. Like, you can't just get into, unless you, I don't know, because with me, it was like when I got into content creating, I didn't really watch no videos for like, I guess like some help or overall like trying to like figure out like, no, I created a channel and then I just started making videos and stuff. So I had no thought process, none of that. Like as the years went on and then I did start watching more content, then I knew what I wanted to do and stuff. And so anyways, and the main content that I do want to do is like videos where I'm just sitting down talking about stuff, reaction videos, of course, and gaming videos. And so yeah, at first it was just videos with me just sitting around talking about random stuff, and then eventually I did start getting into doing like gaming videos, but it wasn't, well, no, I started off doing gaming videos. I'm telling you guys a story, I'm telling it all wrong. So no, I did start off with doing gaming videos, but I knew that that's not what the content that I wanted to do at the time being. So, but then yeah, I think it was maybe that next year my parents they got me an iPad, and then that's when I was like, just started doing videos off of that. Had a digital camera too, that wasn't, I mean, it was good, but it didn't like get the job done. I should go and replace the batteries, because I'm like, yeah, it was like a battery operated digital camera. So yeah, there was some like factors. I think I've told that story before, but no, anyways, then at some point in time, so because I feel like there's like multiple backstories that's leading to this moment and stuff. And it's funny because, and that's like the main motivation behind this episode, is that I posted a TikTok video of me playing Halo Reach and stuff. So it has the backstory has to do with Halo Reach, on like, or more so talking on how I got into Halo in the first place. But yeah, so anyways, it was, I'm trying to think, like, I can't remember when exactly I had heard about Halo, but it was sometime, after I had created my, my main channel, TMossBoss. So anyways, create my main channel, then at some point in time, I discovered the video game Halo, because, that same year when I had created my, gaming channel, I also got an Xbox 360, that year, and I think it was that next year, that's when I got an iPad. So I was like, yeah, I had to remember, like, how these Christmases went and stuff, because these are over 10 years ago. I'm like, my memory, it's fainting, bro. It's like, yeah, we talking on things that's like 5+ years old. I'm like, bro, yeah, it's because I'm trying to think, like, I really don't remember 2019 that much. You know, I remember a little bit of it, but I don't remember a whole lot of things. And so yeah, we going back even years before that. Yeah, bro, it's a struggle. Okay, so But anyways, but yeah, overall though, I did get an Xbox 360 that same year when I created my main channel. So then, eventually, I did find out about the game Halo because everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's like the best game to play on Xbox and stuff." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So I went ahead, asked for because Halo Reach, I think had already been out for some time. Hold on for a second, let me see when Halo Reach came out because it was that year. It was that year. All right, so yeah, Halo Reach just came out. Everybody was talking about it. Then actually, you know what? I think that's how I had found out about Halo was watching because I think they were unless they got like what an early copy or something because they say it came out on September 14th. 2010. So I'm trying to think. I had to, yeah, because I was like, no, because I think, dang, because I'm trying to think, when did I get Halo Reach then? Because I don't feel like I got it no, I didn't get it the same year those the Xbox, because they came out, it was with those like second to last Xbox 360s. All right, so yeah, I had to sit down and think about it. So yeah, it was those second to last Xbox 360s that they came out with. And then I think it might have been that next year when I found out about Halo. So it was okay. So I was like, I don't know. I got my years. They got a little confused and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, 2010, I got my Xbox 360. So it had to have been that next year, 2011, when I had got because what did I get then for the 2010 birthday? I'm trying to think. Dang, I don't remember what I got. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But no, so that next year, I ended up watching Achievement Hunter. I was watching, I think it was Jack and Jeff when they were doing like fails of the week and stuff of Halo Reach. And fam, like, I mean, I was sitting down just watching those videos left and right. Like, I couldn't, like, I had developed an addiction towards watching Achievement Hunter and stuff. So, yeah, those guys, like, for those that don't know who Achievement Hunter is, like, that's how I had found out about Halo. I think I heard about it, and then when I looked it up, then I seen that they did videos on it. And then from there, I was just watching their videos and stuff. So, anyways, find out about Halo Reach. Played a little bit of it, didn't really play that much of it, but no, overall I was like, no, this is a fun game. I just have to, I guess, I don't know, develop that bone to like getting into it, because it's crazy how even today, like, I have access to the game through the Xbox Game Pass, and I still haven't beaten it. And this is a game that I've had for like, yeah, it was well over 10 years and stuff. So but anyway, well, there was at one point in time when I traded in. Yeah, that was falling for the GameStop's tricks, trading in games left and right. Not real. Well, at least with Halo, it's like, okay, you can play that on the Xbox Game Pass. But there are some games I traded in at GameStop's where I'm like, man, I would love to play those games again today. But anyways, we'll save that for another episode and stuff. But no, so then I think it was that next year, that's when Halo 4 had got announced. So everybody was hyping up, because I remember them talking about that too. This was the first Halo game that wasn't going to be developed by Bungie. I think at that time, Bungie, they started working on developing the Destiny game. So 343 Industries or Studios or something like that. Hold on for a second. Let me see. I think it's either Industries or Studio. Let me see real quick. Because that was like the first game, Halo game, Industries. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, like, people were blowing that up. Like, this was the first Halo game that wasn't developed by Bungie, and I was unaware of all that stuff. Like, I didn't really know too much about Halo, so I was new to all this information and things. So yeah, people were blowing that up, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess, I don't know, but I was like, no, I do want to get Halo 4. I was like, I know this is gonna be a good game and stuff. So it was like everybody was hyping it up and talking about anything. So anyways, played it, and yeah, that's a Halo game that I did get addicted to. I was like, nah, bruh, this game is fun. And I was like, that is one game where I'm like, I need to play it again, for old time's sakes, and recreate that video that I did. But anyways, but no, yeah, so like Halo 4 comes out, played it, enjoyed it, ended up beating the game. So this is, like 2-3 years after being on YouTube, and then I was like, I started doing like videos where I was using my voice, so kind of just to go back before like all the Halo stuff. So I ended up getting my iPad, I think it was like 2011, but at the same time, me being a high schooler, it's like I started going through some changes and stuff. Voice got a little bit deeper, I didn't sound like one of the Alvin and the Chipmunks when doing videos and stuff. Like, yeah, there's like some videos I remember that I recorded when I was a kid where my voice was high pitched. I mean, there is at times where I was like, nah, bro, can't do that, can't post that video. Like, it's bad when you're thinking to yourself, that's not gonna work out. Like, I'm hearing my voice, it don't sound like how it sounds right now. Like, there's some bass in it. Like I tuned the EQ settings in my voice and stuff. Nah, it wasn't like this. I wish I could imitate how I sounded when I was a kid, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody that I sounded like. Yeah, I can't even think of nobody I sounded like. But yeah, overall, I didn't sound like myself right now, So anyways, sound like if I think I should try to like simulate it at least, like, like record some stuff and then like tweak the pitch of my voice, because I had a high pitched voice. It wasn't good and stuff. So anyways, but no, yeah, high school came around, got an iPad, and then of course, like with Apple technology, the recording part of the iPad was good, like the microphone was good and stuff, so it sounded a lot better compared to like trying to record my voice off of a $30 phone or something, Yeah, it didn't really sound all that good. It was like of low quality. It sounded like one of them like Vietnam walkie-talkies and stuff. So anyways, get the iPad, then voice starts getting deeper, so I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, you guys can, like, if you go back to some of those videos, like one video I can remember talking about was that situation in Florida where that dude, he was like high off bath salts or something like that and started eating on that one guy's face. I was like, yeah, so that was like one of the first few things I remember talking about. Then I remember I did some videos where I talked on Justin Bieber. And what else did I talk on? Yeah, I was like trying to use my voice a little bit more and stuff, but I was new to this. Like, I was like, I ain't never really did stuff like this before, but that's one thing that I remember doing or thinking about was I got to look at this as a situation as like I'm talking with somebody. So that's how I, really approach my videos and things. And so, so then fast forward, the night where I beat Halo 4, beat the game, I'm tripping off of it, because that's the thing with me, just to, kind of, I guess, give you guys a little bit of a history lesson with me and video games, and it even showcases even today, I play video games, but I never beat them. So when I do beat a video game, like, I take that as an accomplishment. I take that as, I take pride in that, because I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know how many times I didn't start it up. You know what? No, because I have Steam opened up, and I know there are some story-based games that I have. So there's this one game called Animalistic, Deliver Us the Moon, Mad Max, what else? Spec Ops. Well, no, I did beat Spec Ops The Line, but I had beat that on the Xbox 360. Same with Call of Duty Black Ops, the first one. But there's this one game called It's Only Money, A Quiet Place, Crash Time Undercover, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Ready or Not. I mean, Fast Food Simulator don't really have a story, but I mean, if we want to throw that in the mix, then yeah, all them like simulator games. Warframe, I feel like ain't nobody beating the Warframe game, so that's why I'm like, yeah, I ain't even tripping off of that. But I have the original Batman trilogy games like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and then Arkham Origins. Even that Arkham Knight, never beaten the Batman game. What else? Let's see. There's this one game I have called Heat Death Survival Train. I mean, I think it's one of those games where you could just continuously keep on playing it and stuff. But yeah, I guess if we want to throw that in the mix too, there's this one game I got called Echo Point Nova. That's a pretty good game. For those that ain't never played that game, definitely play it. Her Story, Assassin's Creed Shadows. What else? Hot Lap Racing. What else? The Division, I did beat that. I beat both 1 and 2, but The Last of Us Part 2, I mean, I just recently bought that game, but anyways, but yeah, like, there's games that I've had, and that's just on Steam, so if we're talking, like, Xbox, PlayStation, all these different games, like, I'm like, yeah, bro, there's so many different games that I own, and I haven't beat them. So yeah, when I beat a video game, I'm like, fam, I take pride in that, because I'm like, it takes a lot for me to beat a video game. So anyways, yeah, so just getting heavily involved in Halo 4 and in the story, because I really did enjoy the story. I enjoyed the gameplay. I was like, this is overall a solid game. Then I got to that point where I beat it, so I'm like, bro, I gotta talk about this. I can't wait to tell my friends at school. I'm like, I gotta post a video about it and stuff. So anyways, I think I had I'm trying to think, did I have an iPhone or I think I had an iPod Touch at the time, and I was like, okay, it was either my iPod Touch or my iPad. I don't think I was holding, because I think when I did that video, I was standing. I don't think I had, I had to like go back and react to that video for old time's sake. But anyways, but no, yeah, I just went and was all like, nah, I gotta record this and post it on YouTube and stuff. So yeah, I posted the video, and I think I was just more so like just talking about like, yeah, beating the game, and then overall talking about the game a little bit from what I remembered. I don't know, but like I said, this was some years ago. I should open up that. You know what? Matter of fact, I am going to open up that video and react to it for old time's sake, because I'm like, nah, man, that's one of those videos where I'm like, you know, I gotta see what I was talking on and stuff. So anyways, is there a way to okay, let me just go and do it like this, and then so it was like a 2-minute video and stuff of me just chilling, and I'm like, well, it was almost 3 minutes, but I was like, yeah, bro, I was just chilling, talking about playing him. Dang, I look young. I'm like, I ain't got no facial hair and things. That's crazy. It's just weird seeing videos of myself when I was younger, because I'm like, dang, bruh. I mean, I like, that is me, but at the same time, it don't look like me. Like, this is something that was over 10 years ago. When did I post this video? It was 12 years ago on November 2012. And when did this game? November. Dang, so I had beat that game in 6 days? Wow, because I remember I posted the video right then and there. Dang, I was, and how many, that video got 72 dislikes. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know what I could have possibly said or did, but nah, so anyways, so I post the video. Video goes unwatched. Like, nobody wasn't, because at that time being, like, I wasn't as popular as I am today when it comes down to content creating. So at the time being, I think I had, it wasn't, because I'm trying to think, when exactly did I get into Mustangs and Camaros? I think it was the year prior where I had got into Mustangs and Camaros, and I think I did kind of tell a little bit of a story with that. So, but I'll save that for a different podcast episode. But anyways, so yeah, I post that video. Video goes unwatched. Nobody's talking about it. Then fast forward late 2016, I end up getting into it with Just the Robot. I'm pretty sure everybody knows of that situation. So anyways, fast forward some time after that, these guys pretty much fell into a situation where they couldn't think of nothing else to talk about. They was like, okay, we already talked about TMossBoss having an attitude problem. We already talked about his videos. We already talked about this. We already talked about that. What else could we possibly talk about? So yeah, at that point, they were just like going back, because I even remember it was the one guy, he went back and was like reading old tweets of mine, and I'm thinking to myself, and it wasn't even like old tweets, like I think it was like, at the time being, it was like my most recent tweets and stuff. So I'm like, what are you trying to gain out of this? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But anyways, but yeah, overall though, they went back and they I think it was Just the Robot, he talked on that video. And yeah, people were like, I'm trying to think, because I wonder if hold on for a second, let me see what the comments were saying back then. Yeah, so there was one where there was like, one person was all like, no one cared, but they just subscribed to me. Oh, wait a minute, I think this was one of his fans that like they're no longer fans of Just a Robot. But I mean, hey, you know, I did, because hold on for a second, I'm gonna copy their name, because I could have sworn I seen them before. But anyways, but they was all like, no, I think that's just another random comment, but there was like, weird flex, but okay. Then somebody was just like, nice. I know people are gonna probably be all like, that's the thing where I'm like, I feel like I'm an expert at reading messages. You could tell like when a person don't really care, and I'm like, okay, then don't care. It's like, I'm not losing any sleep over it and stuff. But let me see if I could find any comments from this person. No, why does YouTube do that? I remember where they would let you know like when you would when a person would comment underneath your videos, and now they don't do that. You can't even search the person's name up anymore. Oh well. But anyways, but yeah, I was all like, I remember when they started hating on that video, and I'm thinking to myself, I think that's what I did too, was delete some of the comments. So, but yeah, I'm like, you guys are going back and hating on the video that had absolutely nothing to do with y'all. Like, I didn't even know of you guys back then in 2012. So it's like, what is there to hate on in that video? Yeah, I mean, I guess like, you know, like my content creating techniques, but I'm like, fam, I wasn't even calling myself a content creator like that. Like, I mean, if I did, then it was like, I don't know. If I did, I don't remember. But yeah, it's like, realistically, though, like, I wasn't really into content creating like that. So of course, my videos ain't gonna be professionally done. They ain't gonna be thought out. It's not gonna be, you know, I guess like, but here's the thing though, but at the same time, it's like, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. It's just that I didn't really know how to go through with the idea. So yeah, that's something that I think a lot of different content creators can say, is that they sucked at content creating them first few years, or even first few months, first few days, whichever. But eventually, at some point in time, you figure it out, you get better, and then next thing you know, you're looking back and you're like, dang, bro, I've improved a lot. Dang, it shouldn't even be like this, but I've gotten better and stuff. So, but yeah, anyways, but yeah, I just remember like look it up one day, and I'm like, you guys are hating on a video of me from when I was in high school. I'm like, out of all the videos you guys could have hated on, even some of my recent, at the time being like my recent videos, but I'm like, you guys are hating on a video of me from when I was in high school, where it's clear as day, like I wasn't no professional content creator. I don't even know if I could have called myself an amateur content creator. Like, I wasn't a content creator. If I said I was, then yeah, I was just lying to myself. But yeah, overall though, I was all like, it was somewhere I think about that, and I'm like, man, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in, bro. I'm like, we just out here hating on high school me because it's a trend, I guess. But anyways, yeah, that was the stuff that I was going through some time back. But anyways, yeah, and that's one thing I know people will probably be all like, how does that make me feel like looking back at stuff like that? I just find it as a waste of time. I'm like, you guys are having to go through, because it wasn't like I didn't have, because I think when they did that, it was like well established. I had like thousands of videos. It might have not been as much as I have now. It might have been like 2,000-3,000, but it's like the fact that y'all scrolled through so many different videos just to find those videos, and then there was like other videos from that time when I was in high school that they were hating on, and I'm thinking to myself, all these different videos that you guys almost like knocked over some video games, but I was like, all these different videos you guys could have hated on, but I'm like, you're hating on videos where it's like, it's clear as day I wasn't no professional content creator. And it's like, I don't know if they were trying to paint that picture like those videos are current, those videos are new, but I was like, when they started hating on those videos, it was like years after, where it was like 2017, it was between 2017 and 2019 when they started hating on those videos. And I'm like, these are high school videos of me. I'm like, I think anybody can go back and watch those videos and be like, yeah, you could definitely tell he just started with content creating. But anyways, yeah, it's just at times, you if you're a content creator, you get hated on for random stuff. People, they'll hate on you for anything. Look at Mr. Beast. Bro gets hated on because he's nice and he does things for people. I mean, yeah, my thing is this. If he has a twisted side to him, I'm like, one day then that twisted side will come to the light. But I'm saying, like, yeah, there's just people out there where it's like they just be chilling and minding their own business, and then you got people out there that's just hating on them, and it's like, dang, bro, what did I do? I'm like, I didn't even do nothing. But anyways, yeah, man, content creating, it's a weird place, but it's funny at times though. Like, I think back on that, I'm like, yeah, it's weird, but it's funny. I'm like, y'all wasting your time like that. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.